The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericaempowerment.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Dr. MaryOz's Radical Change Now radio program. Today you will learn how to combine healing and the law of attraction to better your own life in mere weeks. Join us on our journey, which starts right now. Here's your host, Dr. MaryOz.
So, welcome back to Radical Change Now, here on the Empowerment Channel at Voice America. Today we will focus on a few different ways that you can become more resourceful than yourself. And that would be for yourself and for others, so that you can actually be more resourceful than the average person. But before we begin the show today, I want to give a little shout out to my friend, Annalisa MacDonald. She's a friend of mine from Australia, and she has a Teller Summit today on Energy to Thrive. And as of today, if you go to her site at www.energize2thrive.com/MOZ, you'll be getting some valuable information on you can discover how to access your energy, enhance your vitality, and defy your biological age. And I know we have a lot of listeners on our show that would love to defy their biological age. So if that's something you're interested in, I suggest today, especially today because the program kicked up today, that you go to energize2thrive.com/MOZ and get into her telesummit, and she's got some awesome information for you. And then during the second segment of our show today, my guest, Donna Bloom, will be joining us, and she'll be discussing how in the past few years she has ho'oponoponoed and attracted her dream job and is now doing what she loves every day and is actually the proud owner of her hypnotherapist business called Wise Mind Hypnosis. So she's going to join us a little bit later on. What I want to do right now is the last 10 weeks here on the Radical Change Now show, we've been talking about the healing power of ho'oponopono, the law of attraction, how to combine ho'oponopono and law of attraction, and Donna's going to give us some great examples of how she did that. But we've also been talking about results, how you can get out of life the results that you want. And I'd like to have a teaching moment with you by talking about 3 different ways that you can actually learn to be more resourceful than the average person. So you might want to grab some pen and paper and take some notes. So the first way is by learning about ho'oponopono and taking what we actually have been calling 30-day challenge. Now, if you've been listening to our shows, you've heard about ho'oponopono, but if this is the first time you're on the show, listening to the show, I want you to know that ho'oponopono is a Hawaiian mantra. Some people call it a Hawaiian prayer, and it begins to heal you from the inside out. It's easy, it's powerful. And if you missed our shows on ho'oponopono, you simply just want to go back to the first 4 shows and listen. And if you're an action taker and you think ho'oponopono is something you want to know more about, you can just visit our website at radicalchangenow.com. And if you hit the bottom on the banner, you'll get a free ebook that tells you how to take the 30-day challenge, as well as it will offer you a free ho'oponopono strategy session. In the meantime, if you're just hearing about ho'oponopono for the first time ever, all you really need to do is start saying the following 4 phrases. I love you. I thank you. Please forgive me. And I am sorry. And you want to say these phrases throughout the day as often as possible. And the reason I'm talking about ho'oponopono today is because it is one of the ways that you can actually become more resourceful than the average person, because it has this way of healing you from within. And when Donna joins us on the show later, this is going to really be made clearer as she talks about her business growth and her personal growth once she opened herself up to Ho'oponoponoing every day. And just like many people, we've even had people on our show talk about this. Sometimes when they first hear about Ho'oponopono, they're a little unsure. So if you're having that reaction today, that's okay. The second way you can become more resourceful in life is by learning how to cooperate with the law of attraction, as well as some other laws that we've talked about. So the law of deliberate intent, the law of allowing, and the law of detachment. It's incredibly powerful once you not only just understand, but you know how to apply these laws to your life so that you can master manifesting. And once you master manifesting, you can actually draw anything and everything into your life that you want to be, do, and have. And I'd also like to focus on the word deserve for a second. Sometimes in life, people, we're not so happy because we feel like we deserve more than we're getting. And yet sometimes how we feel about what we deserve directly affects whether or not the law of attraction is working in our life. But one of the lessons in law of attraction is that desire is good. Wanting more is good. So here on the Radical Change Show, we want you to know that it truly is possible to have what you want and what you feel you deserve. On the show so far, we had some guests, some very special guests like Dr. Joe Vitale and Christy Whitman, two very successful entrepreneurs who have mastered these laws. They've mastered the 4 must laws that we talk about, as well as some other laws. So if you want to design an awesome future that you love and appreciate, you might want to go back and check out my interview with Christy Whitman. It was on October 4th. And if you're interested in activating more miracles in your life, there was a show with Dr. Joe Vitale on September 6th. And so if you're feeling like you still want more information, they have some free gifts that they offered. But it turns out, if you understand the law of attraction, and you know how to cooperate with the other laws, and imagine how resourceful you are when you truly know and believe that you can attract anything that you want to be, do, and have. I had the privilege of working very closely with both Dr. Joe Vitale and Christy Whitman, and it gave me a time and opportunity to share with them what I call is my wow dream. And by working with Dr. Joe Vitale and Christy Whitman, I feel like they really stretched my way of thinking and dreaming. So I now think big, and I dream big, and I believe that life is unlimited. So what exactly is a wow dream? A wow dream is a really big dream that's so big it actually scares you and it unnerves you. It stretches you, it stretches your imagination. It might stretch your pocketbook and your finances, and it even can stretch your emotions. So these are the second way of becoming more resourceful than the average person is really dreaming big and thinking big. Because, I'm sure if you look around family and friends, not everybody is able to do that. The third way my dream team and I teach our clients to be more resourceful is with a very unique concept that we call results-oriented living. And the truth is, when we understand ourselves better than ever before, and when we understand what drives us to be who we are, when we can understand what we call our primary needs like certainty, significance, loving connection, and variety, and why we do what we do, we actually not only have an edge on understanding ourselves, but we have an edge on understanding others. So, and how we relate to others and appreciating the difference. So it turns out results-oriented living can help your life work much better no matter where you're at. If you're in a good place, a great place, results-oriented living can still help you. And if you're in a rough place, results-oriented living can help you. So when we created our Radical Change program, we actually decided that we would want to give our students and our clients an actual toolbox. And we call it a resourceful toolbox. And again, when we have Donna on the show, she's going to make that really clear. But one of my all-time favorite tools is what we call the empowering triangle. And it's actually a coping tool. It helps ground you. It helps you manage your thoughts, manage your feelings, and it even helps you consciously, clearly choose the meaning that you want to give to any experience that happens to you. Turns out the empowering triangle is probably our strongest way that we help people. One of the actually between what we teach the 4 primary needs and the triangle is the strongest tools that we have that really helps people be more resourceful than the average person. And what this triangle actually does is it helps you think more positively. It helps you go from fear-based thinking and lie-based thinking to truth-based thinking. And it helps you go from disempowering thinking to empowering thinking. So imagine for a second if you had a phobia or even just a fear, right? And you're living with that phobia, you're living with that fear. And then all of a sudden you know why you have that fear. And then you have this coping triangle that helps you change your state, change your focus, and change your meaning. And then you feel that relief because you don't need to do that anymore. So what I want to do is take a coaching moment with you guys as well as a teaching moment. So hopefully you still have your pen and paper. And I created some really powerful questions that I would like you to think about everything I was just talking about. And if you've been following us since our first show, I want you to actually tie everything together with some of these questions. So whether you're here for the first time or you've been listening all along, it doesn't matter because the show is meant to be progressive, but these questions can help you even if this is the first time that you just heard about these 3 ways to be more resourceful than the average person. So here's your questions. The first set of questions have to do with Ho'oponopono. So when it comes to Ho'oponopono, on a scale of 1 to 10, ask yourself, do I feel like I understand Ho'oponopono enough to get the kind of radical change Dr. Mary's guests have been getting? And if you're new to the show, you're going to hear that change when we talk to Donna. So just stay with us for another segment and you'll know what we're talking about. So I'm going to repeat the questions twice for you. When it comes to Ho'oponopono, on a scale of 1 to 10, ask yourself, do I feel like I understand Ho'oponopono enough to get the kind of radical change Dr. Mary's guests have been getting? And then the second part of the question is, if not, what would it take to get what I want? If not, what would it take to get what I want? So continuing with some Ho'oponopono questions, do I have any doubts in my head, right? So when it comes to your beliefs and your thinking in your head, and if so, what number is it at? So on a scale of 1 to 10, do I have 10 is a high number, 1 is a low number? Do I have big doubts? So then I'm a 10, or I don't really have that many doubts. That's not what I'm struggling with. That would be a low number, like number 1. Do I have any doubts about Ho'oponopono in my heart? What are my feelings about Ho'oponopono? Especially if I've been Ho'oponoponoing for a while. And you're going to put a number to that as well. And then the third part of that question is, do I have any doubts in my gut? Right? So our stomach area, our gut, we have beliefs in our gut that are different than beliefs in our heads. And what number is that? And then our last Ho'oponopono question is, what would I like Ho'oponopono to help me with the most right now in my life? What would I like Ho'oponopono to help me the most right now in my life? A second set of questions, of course, has to do with the law of attraction. So when it comes to the law of attraction and what we call the 4 must laws, do I understand enough to be, do, and have anything I want? So if you're brand new to the law of attraction, I want you to ask yourself that question with the law of attraction. If you've been in the courses and you're listening to the call today, you're really going to think about the 4 must laws. Do I understand enough of the four must laws to be, do, and have anything I want. When it comes to the law of attraction or the four must laws, do I believe enough to be, do, and have anything I want? So it's not just what you understand, but it's what do you vibrate? What are you believing? And again, you're putting numbers to these. Next question, where can I learn to master the law of attraction and the four must laws? Where can I learn to master the law of attraction and the four must laws? And another question there would be, where can I learn to release my blocks to the law of attraction and the four must laws? Where can I learn to release my blocks to the law of attraction and the four must laws? And then our last set of questions, of course, is about results-oriented living. And my first question for you is, when it comes to results-oriented living, do I understand enough to apply the four primary needs? So if you've been listening to the shows and you're wondering if you're ready for the next step, the very first thing you need to do is understand the four primary needs enough to figure out your order. So do you understand the four primary needs enough to reflect on your own needs? And then the next question is, do I understand the results-oriented living and the four primary needs enough to understand other people's order of their needs? And honestly, if you can do those two things, you're in great shape. But where it becomes really the most powerful is with the next question. Do I understand results-oriented living and the primary needs enough to relate it to the relationships that are most important in my life? And that's when results-oriented living becomes really powerful. So, do I understand enough of results-oriented living to apply it to myself, others, and the relationships that are most important to me? And our final question is, what would it take for me to learn how to become more resourceful than the average person? One of the things that make me happiest in life is when I see people becoming more resourceful for themselves, their businesses, which then affects other people in their lives. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and I want you to think back first for a moment to 2 weeks ago. It was October 25th, and we had Craig Colasanti on the show. And he had just recently learned about results-oriented living, and he was super excited about how much clarity it gave to himself and his relationships. Well, our next guest on the show, Donna Bloom, she learned about results-oriented living in our very first Creating Radical Change class, which was several years ago. So she's at the opposite end of Craig. Craig had just learned it. Donna has been applying it and mastering it. All Ho'oponopono, law of attraction, and results-oriented living. And I know when I have a conversation with her today on the show, you're going to actually hear in her answers and her stories how she's actually mastered all three. And she's going to share with us some stories about her personal and her business growth as well. So when we come back, Donna Bloom, a Long Island-based hypnotherapist, plus so much more. She's one of my favorite people in the world. She's going to join us and share with us some real-life examples of how everything I just shared with you can make a huge difference for yourself, your family, your business. And if you're in the helping field, and it doesn't matter what capacity, how you're helping people, if you're in the helping field, you can actually change your clients' lives. And don't forget to check out the site at www.energizetotthrive.com/MaryOz and check out the Energize to Thrive program with Annalisa McDonald.
Find out what makes the most successful people tick. Keep listening to the Voice America Empowerment Channel. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
Dr. Mary Oz's Radical Change Coaching Program will help you set a healing foundation in your life and teach you how to manifest more of what you want. Are you ready to get the results and radical change you have been longing for too long? Very often our clients tell us that this is the most powerful coaching they have ever received. Come join us and start living life with more results, more love, more wealth, health, and peace, as well as inspiration. For more information, call Coach Sam at 1-833-447-CHANGE. Need help deciding if our Radical Change coaching program is right for you? Apply for a free strategy session with one of our coaches. Be prepared to dive deep and identify the areas in life in which you need healing and transformation. Together, we will clarify how to close the gap from where you are to where you want to be and discover what's possible now. How would it feel to get big changes in less than 30 days for you, your loved ones, and your business? Apply now by calling Coach Sam at 1-833-447-CHANGE or visit us at radicalchangenow.com.
If you think you've seen online TV before, let us surprise you.
VoiceAmerica.tv is online now.
The leader in live internet talk radio has done it again. Multiple channels, a state-of-the-art viewing experience, live and on-demand programs streaming 24 hours a day. It's exactly what you want, when you want it.
VoiceAmerica.tv.
From health and wellness to business, sports, and everything in between. Discover our new world. Visit VoiceAmerica.tv now and experience the future of online television.
VoiceAmerica.tv. Find out what makes the most successful people tick. Keep listening to the Voice America Empowerment Channel. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
You are listening to Radical Change Now with Dr. Mary Oz. If you'd like to participate in our discussion today, the phone lines are open. Reach us at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. Let's get back to Radical Change Now. Here again is Dr. Mary Oz.
So, welcome back, everybody. We're here with Donna Bloom from Wise Mind Hypnosis. And just want to welcome you to the show today, Donna.
Thank you, Dr. Mary. I'm so honored and excited to join you today.
Well, I'm excited that you're here, too. You're one of my favorite people. I said that earlier in the show for you. And also, you just really do have a calming, peaceful presence. So, and, I'm not afraid to put it out there. When I have a bad day or a bad moment, you're actually one of my go-to people. I kind of say, let me give Donna a call and see if she's around. So, I love that you're on the show today.
Well, thank you for that. That was very nice.
Yeah. So I remember actually, I don't even know how long we've known each other, maybe a couple of years, but I remember when I didn't know you at all. And the way I heard about you was I was actually in a counseling session and my client had just come from seeing you that past weekend and it was like a Tuesday night. And she was raving about you as a hypnotherapist. And she was still on fire from her session with you. And she was so convincing about the shift that she had when she worked with you. And I remember just thinking well, I don't see that every day. I don't see people raving about the people that are helping them. So I just made it a point to say to myself, I definitely want to meet this woman, Donna. And then, of course, this woman kept encouraging me to meet you. And at one point, I did reach out to you. I came to your home, and you had a home-based office at the time. And I met with you. And the other funny thing that I remember was, we just kind of met, and we had a great session. And I'm leaving, and I guess you glanced at your phone. And you got all excited, and you were like, oh, my gosh, I passed my boards. And I'm thinking, the boards? What are you doing? And you were just so excited. And then you shared with me, you were on this roll about, I don't want to have a home-based business anymore. I want to be in a real office. And you kept saying to me, I can feel my new office coming. And you said you were asking me, do you do this? Do you see it specifically? And I was like, no, I'm not seeing any new office. But you were so excited at the time.
I know. I felt the same way. When I met you, I definitely felt there was divine intervention and that we were going to do amazing things together. So I guess When I met you too, I felt that sense of divine intervention, and I knew we were going to do great things together. I didn't know what that was going to look like, but it felt just so much fun. It felt joyful. It was excited. And we had a great session, I remember that. And as you were leaving, yes, I looked at my phone, and I must have gotten a text message that I passed my boards, and I was like a little kid, because passing the boards with the National Guild of Hypnotists is a distinctive honor in the profession, and it's also a commitment to my work as a hypnotist for my clients. And the fact that you were there that day to share it with me, it was definitely a distinct honor to pass the boards with the National Guild of Hypnotists.
Very cool. And, I kind of feel like one of the things we teach in our courses is bigger, brighter, better future. And I think you're right. Like, whatever divine purpose there is between us, I'm glad that you're in my bigger, brighter, better future. And I believe I'm in your bigger, brighter, better future as well. And I just feel like we're two people that love to help people, really believe in what we do. And it's just nice to have that support in one another.
It sure is.
So you remember also the moment when you were telling me about this office, right?
I did. I just felt the time was right, and it's funny, I told you I was telling clients that I was leaving my home office to have something better, and I just felt it. I couldn't explain it, but it was becoming alive inside of me.
Very cool, very cool. So then I think it was shortly after that you ended up learning about Ho'oponopono. Can you share with us today how Ho'oponopono has helped you become a more resourceful person, and I believe you would even say a more resourceful hypnotherapist?
Absolutely. When I first learned Ho'oponopono, I want to share with your audience that I was skeptical. It sounded easy. It just sounded too easy to actually be true or effective. I'm a hypnotist. I'm a meditation instructor, and I thought it was kind of hokey. However, I found myself saying the 4 healing phrases consistently throughout the weekend that followed the class. And because it was easy, you taught us in the class to have it on the back burner. And as I was saying that, I felt a sense of just joy and peace inside of me. So I did have it by Sunday night, it was on autopilot. And I was just feeling good. And at the time, again, my job was to have to go full-time as a hypnotherapist. I had a regular, sales marketing job, but I was ready to make a change in my life. And literally, after 1 week of having fun and using Ho'oponopono consistently, my dream job came true, and I actually had proof. And the proof was I started booking more sessions that following week, literally within 6-7 days than ever before. And I knew I was in alignment with having my hypnosis clients, and Ho'oponopono just helped to deliver the right clients that were an energetic match for me.
In fact, I actually remember, I think you came to a 3-hour seminar and then went away that week. And I remember you coming home sharing with me, like you were super excited about everything that happened. And you were like, I didn't really have my notes. I didn't really have an eraser on me to tap with. I just did it in my mind, right? You kind of took the Ho'oponopono, did it in your heart, and did it in your mind, and still had amazing results.
It did. I didn't, I was going on a plane, wasn't going to take the information with me, but I was doing it on the plane. I was just doing it in my head, I was just feeling happy.
Mm-hmm. And what I love about it is you're not dreaming about it anymore. You're actually living it.
Yes, I am.
Right. Yeah. You and I had a few minutes before the show today to talk, and I was talking about how, when you help people in their business, expand their business, become more resourceful and powerful, they get so busy, it's hard for me to find them sometimes. Right?
It's true.
Yeah. So I'm sure you would agree with me that Ho'oponopono is really an inside job. Would you say that Ho'oponopono has helped you, or what we call your inner world?
Oh, yes. I think I texted this to you a few weeks ago. I love saying that Ho'oponopono is like having the best virtual assistant, because it helps me to calm negative thoughts, doubts, and plug into a true sense of peace. And the best and probably the coolest part of it, it works so quickly.
Actually, I love that phrase. So, virtual assistant. It's like you have your own prayerful, peaceful virtual assistant that helps you get results that's free, quick, and powerful.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Remember the time on the Parkway where I think it saved my life?
You want to tell us that story?
Sure. I've been doing the 30-day challenge for a couple of months, and I was on my very first one, maybe halfway through, and I was driving along, and I know my friends call me a cautious driver, and all of a sudden I heard a direct command, left now. Like, you don't argue, you get in the left-hand lane. I was ho'oponoing, and I just automatically got in the lane, and if I didn't do that, at that very second, I think that big truck would have batted me like a baseball.
Wow. So it's like
I felt so protected.
Yeah, we find that Ho'oponopono is a big protector. It can protect you from dangerous situations, job situations, things like that.
Yes.
So it's like you heard the voice, you listened, and then the outcome was protection.
Absolutely.
Well, I love that story. And of course, I'm glad that you're okay.
Yeah.
So how about your family? Did Ho'oponopono end up affecting your family relationships?
It did. You know, they do say happy wife, happy life. But Ho'oponopono helped me to listen to my family with my heart as opposed to my head. So, you know, family dynamics can be tricky, kids, a spouse. And when I use Ho'oponopono, it guides me to have a more loving approach. Sometimes it offers me words to use, and other times it'll even nudge me just to take a breath and to be quiet. It helps me to get clean and clear from past memories so I can be present with my kids, my husband, and not jump to conclusions.
So in a way, you're saying, like, maybe there are times as a mom, we want to jump in when we should just be quiet, and Ho'oponopono kind of makes you, like, just stay within.
Absolutely.
Which I'm sure then your kids would experience you as being a little different.
I think so. My kids have seen a pretty wild transformation over the years, but I love using Ho'opono, especially with my son. He's just not as talkative, and sometimes when he is sharing, the best thing that I find for me is just to let him, talk, and he'll share more. If I jump in, he may say less.
Right. And I've seen in my own family as well. So there was a time when I was Ho'oponopono and my kids weren't. And I would find that whenever I would Ho'oponopono often or take a new 30-day challenge, my kids' lives would go on fire. And then over a while, after some time, I realized, wow, when I'm Ho'oponoponoing the most, I feel like my kids' lives go on fire because they're the most precious to my heart, right? So my kids are the people I hold in my heart the closest. And I feel like when we're Ho'oponoing with openness, belief, and trust, and the healing is coming, it radiates out to the people we love the most.
Wow, I had very similar experiences.
Yeah. And then I see too in my family, like with my kids, just this, everything was okay. Like nobody's at war, nobody's mad at each other. I believe we have a very functional family. But even though we're in a good place and we're healthy and functional, I feel that Ho'oponopono is teaching all of my family members to be more loving. So we just have this way of being more loving together.
What could be better than having a loving family?
Yeah, this is true. So I'm super excited to ask you this next question. And I know that you teach your clients Ho'oponopono, and even at times you Ho'oponopono with them. So when it comes to combining Ho'oponopono with your hypnotherapy work that you do, what's most exciting?
I love this question too, Dr. Mary. As a hypnotist, our jobs are to help our clients identify misperceptions, sometimes limiting beliefs that stop them from being happy or successful, so they can feel better to make positive changes in their lives. It could be stopping an unwanted behavior like cigarette smoking or nail picking, and other times it's just a feeling of inner peace, let's just say from anxiety. So hypnotists, we work in the subconscious part of the mind. And Ho'oponopono works to cleanse, clear, and erase memories. And those memories, as we're taught from like Dr. Joe Vitale, they also reside in the subconscious part of the mind. So the hypnosis works to identify and to neutralize misperceptions so clients can engage in healthier and more desirable behaviors. So, and I practice something called insight-based hypnosis, and it's effective for long-term change. However, what I love about Ho'oponopono is that, number one, it doesn't require trance, says the hypnotist. But yet it's hypnotic in itself. It can be hypnotic because it can get you to focus. And it's also quick and easy. And it's really a fantastic resource tool so clients have something they can do proactively in ordinary situations, whether it's someone at work, a family member, a long line where we're stuck, maybe in traffic. It's something quick and easy to plug into divine guidance.
Yeah, in fact, a lot of times in our groups when we teach, it seems like to be a favorite thing to do. You mentioned like Ho'oponoponoing in the car and in traffic, is that I have a lot of clients that say they love to Ho'oponopono in the car on the way to work. Like it's actually become part of their ritual for the day.
That's part of mine.
Yeah. And the other thing is you mentioned memory, right? So it's true. Either we're stuck in memory and we usually go into a rough place, or we can go to inspiration. So we teach in Ho'oponopono, it's memory versus inspiration.
Yes.
Check out www.energizetotthrive.com/MaryOz and the Energize to Thrive program with Annalisa MacDonald.
Live up to your fullest potential. This is the Voice America Empowerment Channel.
Dr. Mary Oz's Radical Change Coaching Program will help you set a healing foundation in your life and teach you how to manifest more of what you want. Are you ready to get the results and radical change you have been longing for too long? Very often our clients tell us that this is the most powerful coaching they have ever received. Come join us and start living life with more results, more love, more wealth, health, and peace, as well as inspiration. For more information, call Coach Sam at 1-833-447-CHANGE. Need help deciding if our Radical Change coaching program is right for you? Apply for a free strategy session with one of our coaches. Be prepared to dive deep and identify the areas in life in which you need healing and transformation. Together, we will clarify how to close the gap from where you are to where you want to be and discover what's possible now. How would it feel to get big changes in less than 30 days for you, your loved ones, and your business? Apply now by calling Coach Sam at 1-833-447-CHANGE or visit us at radicalchangenow.com.
Tune in to the Voice America Variety channel on the Voice America Talk Radio Network. Voice America Variety broadcasts a diverse array of topics, reaching a global community. Our experts come from all walks of life, and the topics they discuss are everything from current events, arts and entertainment, leadership, parenting, relationships, self-improvement, career advice, and a variety of other topics. Check us out today. You're sure to find something of interest. Voice America Variety. Talk on today's hot topics.
Live up to your fullest potential. This is the Voice America Empowerment Channel.
You are listening to Radical Change Now with Dr. Mary Oz. If you'd like to participate in our discussion today, the phone lines are open. Reach us at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. Let's get back to Radical Change Now. Here again is Dr. Mary Oz.
So we're here with Donna Bloom from Wise Mind Hypnosis. Donna, you're with us, right?
Yes, I am with you.
So in your work with clients, would you say you have seen Ho'oponopono help your clients become more resourceful?
Absolutely, yes. I always tell clients that life will be your biggest teacher, and we will always get triggered or tempted by something. And Ho'oponopono is a great tool to get clarity fast, plus get those improved feelings. And for me personally, Ho'oponopono has become a fast favorite with my clients. And sometimes I actually get my ego bruised when they return for a next session and they say that it was Ho'oponopono that did the trick. But honestly, at the end of the day, all that counts is that clients feel better and have lasting change and have a tool they can use. So if anyone wants to check me out online, you may go to my website at www.wisemindhypnosis.com.
Yep, that's wisemindhypnosis.com. And I would recommend you check out Donna. And, I love that note, Donna, that you ended the question on, which is like, you're kind of laughing and saying my ego gets bruised a little bit. And what I love about that is that, when we're coaches and hypnotherapists and healers, it's really not about us. It's not about what we do. I really see it as it's the healing that we allowed God to do for our clients, and we're just the instruments.
That's right. We're just the channel.
Yeah. So, whenever I find another healer, practitioner that's really clear on that, it just kind of makes me feel like that's the right place to be. Right?
Absolutely. Thank you.
So I know you took our first Creating Radical Change class and you learned about results-oriented living. And I know it's been a while because you took it a couple of years back. But when you first learned about the order of your 4 primary needs and you started to identify yourself with your top 2 needs, what happened for you?
Well, first of all, learning that was completely life-changing. It helped me to connect to my personal emotional triggers because my top 2 needs are love and connection and certainty. And I was able to see from that which of my needs were being met or which ones were not being met, and then find constructive ways to have my needs met, and even meeting my needs by myself. And it was a huge reality check. It also helped me to spot the needs in others and not take things so personally. And this is especially helpful, in setting, business with business goals.
So 2 things. First,
and in business to deal with different personality types.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, it's true. A lot of times when I'm working with people, whether it's coaching or counseling, it is a lesson to help them to not take things personally, right? Like that could be life-changing in itself when you learn not to take things personally that other people say and do.
That's right.
And then also I love the analogy of the hot buttons that you talked about, right? And it's like we all have these hot buttons, but now when our buttons get pushed, we have a different lens to view things through.
We do. I love that lens.
So what's the complete order of your 4 needs?
I would say love and connection, certainty, significance, and variety.
Right. And very often we find that when people put certainty first, not always, but often when people put certainty first, they put variety last because those are opposite needs.
Yes.
So you can relate to that, right?
I can.
So how did results-oriented living along with Ho'oponopono help you actually grow your business?
Well, Ho'oponopono consistently plugs me into divine guidance. It helps me to actively listen and to trust the universe. And that's a skill I've developed over time. And since I trust that I'm going to be guided, I no longer worry about what to do with my clients or even having enough clients. And listening to guidance, again, is a skill that takes practice. And when I can let go and just listen, things always seem to work out exactly the way they're supposed to. And then on the other hand, I'm human. When I'm out of alignment, the universe will show me very well where I'm out. But I know that my schedule is consistently filled, and on the random days where it's slow, there's usually a good reason, and there's an opportunity to regroup. And again, the key for this is to trust with feelings of enthusiasm.
Yeah, I love how you put that. I know I've been in practice for 30 years, and I honestly think my first 15 years, I actually stressed about, all the time. How many clients do I have? Is my schedule completely full? And, many years ago, I was able to let that go. And I kind of chuckle sometimes because things will change in my schedule, and I'll be like, okay, God, you have a reason. Okay, you just changed that for a purpose. And I kind of just trust in it.
Oh, it's the same thing. And sometimes I'll use a Ho'oponopono question you taught us. What does it make room for?
Yes, absolutely. And then the other piece of it, too, is just trusting that there's always going to be enough clients. There's, at the right time, the right amount of clients I'm supposed to see. Like sometimes I'm super busy and I just go with the flow and I just try to get everybody in. And then there are times where my practice will slow down and I'll just take it as, okay, this is a little bit of a break time. And just really learning how to go with the ebb and flow that shows up while totally trusting.
Absolutely. You have to enjoy the downtime.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you have a favorite part of results-oriented living?
I do. I guess with the results-oriented living, I love the triangle. And in the triangle, you taught us to identify focus, meaning, and state. And I'm really good at listening for my clients' limiting beliefs. And they always get nervous if I grab a pen and paper and start writing down their words. And then I'll ask them, is this true? And then if they're like, well, yes, but no, we'll give that a new meaning. And just having clients giving something a brand new meaning, it's not even part of hypnosis. It's part of coaching, and it's so powerful.
Right. So it's like, and because don't sometimes people also have trouble going into trance? So if you have...
trance is just focus concentration, so I don't find that, too much.
Okay. But whether they're coming for hypnotherapy or they're done with a session, you can also do some coaching before or some coaching afterwards and help them leave with those amazing skills like change your meaning.
Right. I always weave in coaching in their sessions. It could be before or after a session, or sometimes it'll be a full coaching session. And absolutely, I'll always look to see if a meaning needs to be, say, updated or enhanced.
I like that. Updated meaning. So I know when I think of you, Donna, I also think of how not only as a hypnotherapist, but as a coach, you have this amazing toolbox of resourcefulness, of healing modalities that really do make you not only more resourceful than the average person, but also more resourceful than the average hypnotherapist. And I just love that. How do you feel about that? Like, what does that do for you?
I love it. I have to tell you, it feels great. And I have to confess to you that I'm a spirit junkie. I love to learn. I do. I'm a spirit junkie. I love to learn from all types of teachers, different types of modalities. But if I'm going to bring something into my practice, my rule is I go first. I have to be a believer in it. And I tell all prospective clients that I weave in hypnosis, I weave in meditation and coaching into my sessions. And all people, they're unique, they have different needs and belief systems. So what I do is I use my intuition to be energetically present for clients, to actively listen for their needs. So clients think sometimes they're just coming in to stop a bad habit, but really working with me is a journey of self-discovery. And I love the fact that I have the pleasure of mixing in lots of resources into sessions. And clients get what we call a custom blend. Because at the end of the day, my goal is that of teacher. And I want to share tools and resources they can use just to shift and to feel better, even when they forget who I am.
Yeah, I think that's so powerful. And I know in my practices, both coaching and counseling, I do the same thing, is that it makes you so much more a powerful healer and practitioner when you're clear on it's all about them. So like when you say custom blend, right? It's not about I'm an amazing therapist or coach because blah, blah, blah. I do X, Y, Z. But it's like, you're here. I'm here to help you. I'm going to help you help yourself. And I get to be like this reflection of what you need. And it's not so much that I have all the answers, but I'm actually here to help you pull out of you and get whatever you need in a custom blended way that works for you, not for me. It's not about what works for me, the therapist. It's about what works for you, the client.
Wow. So it seems like you're being a mirror.
Yes. Yeah, I often think of it that way. But you have some interesting terms, custom blend, spirit junkie. I never heard that before. And then the self-discovery journey. I like those terms.
Thank you. The self-discovery, that's my tagline. And that just evolved naturally because it really is a journey of self-discovery.
And just to remind our listeners, you're at wisemindhypnosis.com. If they want to listen to, I believe you have some free meditations on your site.
I do. It's if you just there's a lot of information. There's a whole bunch. There's maybe 8 or 9 free meditations on the site.
Awesome. So I'm going to encourage my listeners to go there today when you have a break. And then also, what's your greatest joy about helping others so quickly and powerfully? It's not just that we help others, right? But we really do have a reputation for we help people quickly, powerfully, and it's last-lifing change.
We do. And that really is my greatest joy, is to helping others. And sometimes it's just being present for a client. Even when I'm around town, you can just offer someone a smile or a breath or share a breath, and it goes a long way. And I got to tell you, out of all the things that I do, the goal is to have the students develop a healthy relationship with themselves and a healthy relationship with God if they have that belief system. And it's that inner connection that is just so important. And once we have a healthy relationship with ourselves, we can then have healthy relationships with other people. And I just love the fact that sometimes it's facilitated with a process like hypnosis, other times Ho'oponopono and law of attraction. But I have to confess to you, Dr. Mary, at the end of the day, my opinion, my favorite is meditation. To me, it's the gold standard of healing. And that is a state where you can actively listen to your inner guidance system. And some people, don't like to go into a room and quiet their minds, but meditation doesn't have to be that way. It can be exercising, it can be folding laundry, it can be cooking, and it can be Ho'oponopono, just where you're open to listening and to receiving guidance.
Oh, I love that. That's cool.
Thank you.
So we have a few minutes left before we wrap up for today. So do you have a favorite healing story? Like, what's one of your favorite all-time healing stories?
Oh, I have a whole bunch. One happened a couple of weeks ago. I was working with this young woman, and she had an older sister, and she refers to her sister as prideful. And they were not talking for a couple of months, and she was very upset about that situation. And that the day of her session, she had a big family gathering. There were some relatives from out of town, and she was going to see her sister, and she was just nervous and very upset, didn't know how to handle it. I taught her Ho'oponopono. We Ho'oponoed on that situation with the sister, and in session, she felt better with me. So she called me a few days later to say, on the drive over to the event, she Ho'oponoponoed, and when she saw her sister just very nonchalantly walked over to her and just started in conversation as if the last 2 months didn't exist.
Wow, that's amazing.
So excited.
I love that.
I know, I loved it too.
So do you have any final advice for our listeners today before we let you go and get back to work and helping people heal?
I do. As a business entrepreneur, and I did spend most of my career in business, if you're looking to change careers, maybe you want to start something fresh or even improve your current business, maybe with more sales revenue, my best advice is to synergistically embrace the teachings of Ho'oponopono and law of attraction, first for yourself, and then apply them to whatever your business venture is. And I have to say that Dr. Mary's coaching program was one of the most powerful courses I ever took. I loved being in her energy. I loved being in the energy of her students, learning her unique style of coaching. I love the fact that, Dr. Mary, you held us accountable for healing and learning. And the best part of the whole thing, those 10 months, it was so much fun. It was the homework, the group exercises, the processes. They just led to powerful growth experiences. And Dr. Mary, I can honestly say that I am a better hypnotist because of you.
Wow, thank you, Donna. I thank you for that feedback, and we tuck all that in. Like I shared, you're one of my favorite people. You're my favorite hypnotherapist, and I'm really proud of the work that you do, and I'm really proud of how much you've grown. So it's been my pleasure to guide you. So thank you for being on the show today.
Well, thank you for having me.
So next week here on The Radical Change Now on Voice America, you're invited to join Lisa Murphy and Jessica Marquis as we will discuss how applying the results-oriented living has helped them expand and increase their clientele as therapists. What did they do? They committed to Ho'oponopono, combining Ho'oponopono with the law of attraction, and they learned results-oriented living just like Donna did. So I'm going to wish you an awesome week, and if you're ready to take the next step, you can call Coach Sam at 1-833-447-CHANGE and just have a conversation with her about Ho'oponopono in your life. It's a free strategy session. And don't forget to visit my friend Annalisa at energizetothrive.com/MOZ. Happy Ho'oponoponoing and have an awesome week.
Thank you for tuning in this week for Radical Change Now. Be sure to join Dr. MaryOz again next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Until then, have the best week of your life.